Hello, son. Good to see you. Yeah, I got him. Look for the camera. Come on, boy. Come over here. We'll have a chat.
Hang on then. Come on.
Hi, the rack is back. And I'm with Dave Mutton from Specimen Fishing
UK.
I'm always thinking Specimen Angling, Specimen Fishing, isn't it, Dave?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We've got some exciting news actually. Dave's now in the Team England Street
fishing
squad. Fishing squad.
Yeah.
Really exciting. How about that? It's the first time ever, isn't it?
Yeah, it should have been in 2021. We qualified for the 2021 squad. Right. Unfortunately, because of COVID restrictions and everything, that was cancelled. And we are fishing in the event this year, 2022.
Awesome. I spoke to Ian about it actually. It sounds really exciting.
Oh, it is. We've had, the whole team's had such a buzz. You know, since it's been a long time coming for us as well. Because you know, we qualified October last year.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
It's only 21.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah. So we're not fishing it till we're now actually fishing it till October this year. So
COVID permitting.
COVID permitting, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But hopefully it all goes through.
How do you think you'll do?
I think we've got a good chance. We've got a very good team. All through the team. Yeah. Exceptional anglers.
Who's the manager?
Steve Collett is the manager.
Steve Collett. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, we've got a good team all the way through, all capable of catching big fish, because the European style of street fishing is a little bit different to ours in a lot of the competitions. Right. Whereas a lot of ours are on overall length, so there's a lot of wasping, catching small perch. Right. There it's sort of bigger, catching bigger fish. Yeah. And we've got a squad that's capable of doing that.
Yeah, that's right, of course you have. Yeah. And have you got much experience fishing against other European nations?
Not as a team, but I have competed in European tournaments before. The World Street Fishing Tournament in Metz.
Oh really?
Fished in that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. What was that like? Experience?
It was an amazing experience. It was hard.
Was it?
It was a tough competition. I mean, I didn't do as well as I expected. I finished, I think, 32nd out of 160.
So that's a good finish, really.
It was a good finish. I would have liked higher, obviously.
Be in the top six, obviously. But
yeah.
It don't always work like that.
No,
especially the first go. But
again, big learning curve. European waters, very different to our waters.
Yes.
Of
course.
Yeah.
Excellent. And of course, obviously, you probably just learn things as you go along once you're fishing.
Yeah, definitely.
Those sort of places, you know.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what's this rod here then? It looks a bit different.
Yeah.
What's going on with it?
This is from Bite of Bleak.
Bite of Bleak?
Bite of Bleak.
Okay.
They're a Swedish company, quite a young company, been going since 2015.
Yeah.
Out and out sort of perch specialists. They love their perch fishing. This is their silver fang rod. This is a sort of dedicated Ned rod for Ned fishing, extra fast action. But all round, it's just a brilliant rod.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 3 to 15 gram, 7 foot, but feel the weight of that.
Oh. It's like holding fresh air.
Yeah. I mean, that's built on.
When you think of, like, obviously I've got the reel on there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Exactly. Well. Yeah.
Wow.
That's built.
I could do that all day.
Yeah. That's the thing with it.
Yeah.
You know, you can literally hold that rod all day.
Wow.
It's built on a 40-ton Torre nanotech blank, so it's high-end carbon blank.
Right. Yeah.
One of the interesting things is the rings. You want to?
What's going on there?
Yeah. As you'll see, they're not round.
Wow.
People think, oh God, you've smashed the rings up. No, they're an oval shape to help straighten the line out on the cast.
Okay. Yeah.
Also,
makes sense.
no ceramic inserts.
Wow.
Again, it lightens it. Those rings, they're made by Sea Guide, so again they're high quality rings.
Okay.
That's a 304 grade stainless steel,
right,
with a special coating called adamant
Right.
that basically makes it very hard wearing rig and friction free.
Because obviously with no ceramics, you're always worried, aren't you, about that? But then
Yeah.
that just counteracts.
Exactly. You know,
Excellent.
and people have said, "Oh, do you get the braid singing through it and that?" No.
No.
This rod literally arrived with me on Friday.
Right.
Took it out yesterday, used it, over the moon with it. Cast like a dream.
Really?
No singing of the braid. Handles fish well. I mean,
Yeah.
I had quite a few perch yesterday. You know, up to maybe a couple of pound or so.
Yeah, yeah.
Had a nice pike on it as well, sort of
Yeah.
like double figure pike, and it handled that with ease. So it's
Wow.
got a bit of backbone to it as well.
Right.
This rod.
Yeah.
3 to 15 gram. People might think, oh, that's a bit heavy for Ned fishing. Again, in the European market, they're often fishing quite a lot heavier than us, bigger waters and
Yeah.
so on. But this is ideal for fishing those slightly heavier leads and so on.
Yeah.
But what I was really impressed with this rod as well was its performance at the light end
Right.
of its scale. Like I say it's rated 3 to 15, but this was the rig I was using all day yesterday.
Yeah.
Nico rig on the Nazebo worm. There's a bite of Bleak Nazebo worm, floating bait. I've got a 2.2 gram nail weight at the
Right.
bottom of that.
Oh, I see,
And
yeah.
it was
Just show the camera there. I don't know. Yeah. Have a look there. There you go.
yeah. So basically,
The weight goes in the bottom.
the weight goes in the bottom as it hits the deck. It sits like that. It's a buoyant bait, and you
Yeah.
can literally just twitch it along, and you get a lot of movement out of that bait.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is a 10 centimetre bait, but I've actually trimmed it down slightly. It's about 7 centimetre, but they start off as 10 centimetre.
Okay.
Super stretchy,
Yeah.
very, very buoyant. Unlike some of the brands, there's no salt added into them.
Okay.
So sometimes people have issues with the salt, having to try and get excess salt out and so on to
Okay.
get the baits to float.
Right.
This is made on a TPE material, so straight out the packet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, super stretchy, resilient to being bitten through and everything, and they float and they all work exactly the
Nice.
same.
Nice.
A
Nice.
fantastic little bait.
And what size hook are you using? It looks quite big.
Yeah, that's a size 1. That's a
Size 1,
that's
is it
a-
really?
Yeah, that's a specialist hook for fishing Nico
Yeah.
rigs.
And what's your target when you go out?
That's perch.
Perch,
That's
yeah,
for
yeah.
perch.
Yeah.
I'll say, the pike will sometimes have a go at it as well, but
More likely.
yeah, but that's perch. One of the things that I've come to realise in my fishing is that perch will take very, very big baits. I think we sometimes fish a little bit too small in this country for big perch.
Yeah. I often wonder that.
Yeah, I mean, in Utrecht last year,
Yeah.
when we went out, although the World Championships was cancelled, we still went out for a practice.
Yeah.
Because the COVID restrictions weren't about us going out and fishing, it was all about having people together for opening ceremonies and closing
Right.
ceremonies and all this. We still went out and practiced. I had a couple of cracking perch out there.
Yeah.
I had a 48 centimetre and a 50 centimetre
Oh.
that weighed £4.50.
Right.
The mouth on that 50 centimetre, it was like that. You could fit an orange in the mouth of this perch. So you're looking at it thinking,
That's a big perch.
you don't need to be fishing 2-inch baits
No,
for fish like
no,
this. They
no.
will absolutely smack bigger baits.
Yeah.
When you look at a lot of European brands, a lot of their baits seem really big.
Really?
Everything, yeah.
And we're all
But
busy
because-
cutting them down.
Yeah, but
Whereas,
because they kind of realise if you're going to fish for big perch, then big baits,
Yeah.
they work.
Yeah.
You know. Sometimes we can be guilty of being too small, too much finesse.
That's right.
I love my finesse fishing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I do a lot of finesse type
Yeah.
fishing myself. A lot of our competitions
Yeah.
here on
I'm
the
quite happy
canals.
to catch the wasps.
Quite happy to catch the wasps.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's its own skill set.
That's right.
Being good at wasping has its own skill
Its
set.
own skill set. That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
and I love doing that, and I love practicing and becoming better and better at that. But at the same time, I want to catch the big perch.
Yeah.
I'm coming to realisation those bigger baits can sometimes make
Step
a
it up.
difference. Yeah.
Step it up. Yeah.
Reaction strikes, for example, when the fish
Yeah.
aren't really hunting and feeding,
Yeah.
but you're just trying to get a reaction out of the fish, just kicking that predatory instinct.
That's right.
Sometimes a little bait, they'll just ignore it.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
a great big thing going past their
Yeah,
nose, they
yeah.
can't help themselves.
Can't help
smack.
themselves.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
and that can make the difference. between
And that
catching-
rod is going to take care of it all.
That rod, yeah. It's
Yeah.
got the backbone, it's got the speed to just set them hooks with them big baits for them
That's
big
right.
fish.
Yeah. How long is the rod?
That's 7 foot.
7 foot. Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice little size, isn't it?
Yeah,
Get you under them trees.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so pleased, you know, with this rod. I mean, the tip is so sensitive on it. But yeah, you know, just flicking that braid with my thumb. But it's got that backbone behind it as well.
Yeah, it's lovely rod, beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, I've kind of recently joined the team at Bite of Bleak. So impressed with the quality of their products. Yeah. You know, like I say, they're not trying to please everybody. They're not trying to do a bit of everything.
Right.
They know what they do.
Right.
And you know, and it's all based around getting those big fish. You know. Yeah. I mean, some of the baits. I've got a few here.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah.
Show me.
The Ural Craw. Now this crayfish bait. It's a beast.
Right.
Again, made out of the TPE.
It is a beast.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Made out of the TPE material again, so floating, very, very durable, so lifelike and realistic.
Very light.
Yeah.
Very light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
put plenty of action in it, can't you?
Oh yeah. I mean, the key with these actually is don't use too big a hook.
Right.
If you start using really long shank hooks and end up hooking it through the head and that, you take a lot of the action out of it.
Oh, right.
You hook it a bit further down.
Yeah.
I kind of hook it to the start of the slot there.
Oh, okay.
And you'll get all that extra action out of it.
Because you're pulling up the centre, aren't you?
Yeah.
And the arm.
Yeah, and you're getting all that extra movement. And that goes the same with all baits, really. You start sticking hooks too far back in them, you're killing a lot of action. Shags, you know, when you're using paddle tails and stuff.
Yeah.
If you've got your hook running right the way almost to the tail, you're limiting that action.
That's right.
So I tend to use fairly shortish shank but wide gape hooks.
Right.
I don't mind using a big gape you know, on a hook at all.
And what size hook would you use with that?
I'd fish that on a sort of 2-0 hook.
Right.
You know, fish on a say if I was fishing that on a Ned rig, that'd be on a 2-0 Ned rig.
Much like a tub. Perch got a big mouth.
Exactly, and people think, oh, that's a big bait. But if those fish are feeding on crayfish, how big are the crayfish you see in the rivers? Some of them are massive.
I was going to say, I've never seen one like it. No, I've never seen crayfish that small.
Yeah, and yet there's so many creature baits on the market. They're tiny little things.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, that to me is a more natural imitation than something that's absolutely tiny.
Yeah. Why wouldn't perch go for that?
Yeah, and because it's a big bait, those fish don't want to nail that, so they'll hit it hard.
Yeah.
None of the little plucks and taps you can often get with a smaller fish.
Get smashed.
Again, that bigger bait creating that bigger aggressive response, and they know they don't want that to get away. So
and you know, when you get hit, your heart's in your mouth.
Oh yeah,
because you know what's coming.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's what it's about for me. That hit where you get that boom, you know, and then just striking into it and feeling, you know, when the rod tip stays there and the rest of it bends through, and then you go. Oh yes,
into the nets. Come on.
It's all about the hit.
All about the hit.
All about the hit. Moments of blind panic while you're playing it, and then as soon as you get that net under it, yes.
So Bite of Bleak.
Bite of Bleak.
That's a Bite of Bleak. So that's. So there's not a lot of things on the market, is it?
No, they do some
match that sort of size.
No, they do some very, very innovative products. Another product that they do, which again I've been having a lot of success with over the last few weeks, is the butter bowl. Right. Now this was designed to imitate a goby. If I can open the packet. It's designed to imitate a goby, which obviously we haven't got in our UK fresh waters.
No.
But it doesn't matter because it just works so well.
Wow.
You know, this isn't a floating bait, it's this little paddle tail. People can see that.
Nemo.
Yeah. I mean, it's got this big bulbous head on it.
Yeah, it is.
But it's quite soft still.
Yeah.
And it's quite good because the different ways of hooking it. You've got these fins here that splits.
Right.
So that acts as weedless. You can actually get the hook in between. So it almost acts as a weed guard. Or
it's nothing worse. Keep getting stuck in weed, is it?
Yeah.
It's nothing worse.
Or if you want a bit more hook exposed, you can just trim that first fin down.
Right.
These are where I've been using them because of the conditions lately. Fairly coloured water.
Yeah.
When I'm fishing coloured water, I want that big profile, something that's going to shift a little bit of water, something they can see a bit easier. So I don't tend to use these little
It's
slim
all about
baits.
displacing water.
Displacing water and being visible. So a
Making-
big silhouette. So something with a big head like that displaces water. You know, it's a nice silhouette. This paddle tail there is great because you've got quite a slim wrist to that tail.
Right.
So you get those little high frequency vibrations off the tail. I had a fish on this yesterday. People might say, oh, yeah, it's still a bit big, the head's a bit big on it. I had a fish yesterday, about 25 centimetres. I had to use forceps on that fish. That was nearly down in its stomach. Absolutely nailed it. It's one of them just bang. And oh, it's not even a big fish. No. And like, I was fishing with the other Bleak team member, Dominic, yesterday, and I'm like, Dom, come and have a look at this.
Come and have a look at this.
Wow. I mean, it was right down his throat. And that weren't a big perch, but it absolutely.
But we know what perch are like.
Exactly.
We know what perch
are
like.
They can be so aggressive, and they can
really aggressive.
and they can just absolutely smash baits when they want to. They can be finicky. They can be awkward.
Yeah.
But you get the right lure that they want to hit, and they can absolutely.
Now, some other really exciting news is you're back with the Pike Handlers Club on the committee. Is that right?
I am indeed. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. It's good to be. It's good to be back. You know.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was asked a few months ago to look after the social media side of it and a bit of web management and all that kind of stuff, press releases and that. Obviously, Dennis Moles is retiring as chairman. He's been an absolute
fantastic job.
Oh, he's just been an absolute diamond, and he's
right.
such an asset to the club. You know, he's done such a fantastic job over the years. And we got another stalwart of the club, Brian Birdsall, who is moving from president to take on the chairman's role.
Is he?
So, because Brian was always nominated as acting president anyway, because they knew he was going to take over as chairman. And I was asked by the committee if I'd like to take on the role of president for the second time.
Yes,
I did quite a short stint before, didn't I?
That's right. Yeah.
So,
you and Alan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
fantastic.
Of course, you know, I was never going to say no. It's the PAC. I love the club so much.
It's an honour. Why would you not? It's an honour.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm really looking forward to being, you know, getting involved in the role, looking at how we can take the PAC forward. You know, I think things have changed massively since my first stint as president. You know, in the way.
How many years ago was that, Dave? Do you think 7, 8?
Yeah, 7 or 8 years ago now.
Yeah.
Because I was on 12 pack. We're now on 15.
That's
so
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world has changed. The way we communicate has changed.
Yeah.
What people expect has changed. People's expectancies have changed. What people want out of fishing clubs has changed, and the relevance and the need for clubs. So, you know, I'm looking at making sure that I can put input into the members of the club and the committee to try and make sure we stay relevant as a club and move forward with the times. We have, the PAC has a great history and heritage that should never be forgotten. But we can't just look back on our laurels. We have to look forward.
Definitely,
into the 21st century.
It must be a really exciting time.
Oh, it's massively exciting. It's going to be a big challenge.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's also a massive opportunity. It's so massively exciting.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah, that should be fantastic. I'm looking forward to see what's coming up.
Yeah.
Is this new? The committee was new last year, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, right. Yeah, so you just joined in.
So I've joined. Yeah.
So they're active and they're in their roles now.
So I'm still not going to do a full term as presidency. So my 2 terms combined will just about make up a full term.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
Smash them.
Yeah. It's the stuff. Dave, thanks ever so much. Lovely to catch up with you again.
Yeah, and you, mate.
See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon, mate. I'm going to catch that £4.